Lake Mattamuskeet, I hope I said it right, is the largest natural lake in the state, but that wasn't always the case.
In this week's People and Places with Pierce, WNCT's Pierce Legion shows us what the lake has to offer today and takes us back to a time when the lake bed was dry.
This is the place to be. We have a great road system you can drive around on, and you can see a lot of nature up close and personal.
Lake Mattamuskeet, the largest natural lake in the state, is home to dozens of species of birds, fish, and other animals. What is now a sprawling 40,000-acre national wildlife refuge wasn't always so serene.
It was owned by a private corporation that built a pumping station and a canal system and drained this lake to farm it for a number of years.
Back in the early 1900s, 4 of the largest pumps known to man pumped out 1 million gallons of water a minute, draining the lake into the Pamlico Sound.
The land underneath the water is very, very rich farmland. And as far as I know, I was told that when the lake was actually being farmed, it could produce some of the highest yields per acre in North Carolina.
Farming this land was a lucrative business. The farming community of New Holland thrived through the 1920s, but the good times wouldn't roll on forever. Back in the 1930s, the idea of pumping the water out of Lake Mattamuskeet and using it as farmland was deemed impractical and too expensive. Once it was abandoned in 1934, the Mattamuskeet National Wildlife Refuge was born. The lake, which averages around 3 feet deep, is the perfect home away from home for many types of birds during the winter. While tens of thousands of people come every winter to birdwatch, thousands more come in the spring, summer, and fall for even more.
This is a fishing hotspot. Recreational species like black crappie and largemouth bass and catfish are really very popular target species.
And it's not just the fish that reel people in.
We are nationally known, I would say, for our blue crab fishery. Blue crabs get fairly large in this lake.
Frank Garrett knows all about the great fishing here. He's had his fishing pole in these waters for decades.
Well, I've been coming since I was 14. And I come back when I only had a bucket of minnows and a cane pole, no boat or nothing, and fish from the bank.
He says you better be ready to get in touch with your wild side.
There's not a whole lot of amenities here, you know, like the Walmarts and the movie theaters and the restaurant. But if you like solitude and outdoors, there's plenty for everybody to see.
Plenty to see and miles from civilization. A true outdoorsman's paradise. In Lake Mattamuskeet, Hyde County, I'm Pierce Legion.